Good morning, or good afternoon as it is up there. I keep forgetting the time difference that you have. It's Wednesday, June 12th, though. It's the same, but there and the same here. So, what am I going to talk about? I haven't the faintest idea. I had an idea, then I forgot it. Then I had another idea, and I forgot it. But anyhow, I'm looking at the stuff that's going around this morning and the various news outlets. You know, YouTube is a case of everybody saying that Trump's losing his mind. The various psychiatrists supposedly saying that he's showing signs of dementia. Well, that's possible. I forget things too. So, and if you ever watch one of my videos, you could say I was losing it completely. But, nobody knows for sure. He's not going to undergo any psychological examination. And I do it to. I understand what's going on with me. The more I need little nudges every once in a while, whereas before I could do things without any notes or anything about what was going on, and now I have to check things. But anyhow, let's get started. First up, Jerry West, Los Angeles Lakers longtime hero, a Hall of Famer, died at 86. I'm not sure of the causes, and I don't think anybody really cares about it that much, other than the fact that he was a good man and everybody liked him. And well, not everybody liked him. He had some personality problems especially when he was involved in management and whatnot with the Lakers. But he was a great ball player. Nobody could take that away from him. So that's one thing there. Let's see. Let's check some serious news headlines here for a second. U.S. headlines. Let's check that out. The Southern Baptists almost went about something stupid, but they were narrowly reject the formal ban on churches with any women pastors. The New York governor calls vandalism at the homes of Jewish board members of the Brooklyn Museum an abhorrent act of anti-Semitism. I don't know whether he cares or believes that, but he said it. I get nervous when big politicians say stuff like that because I really don't think they know what they're talking about half the time. When was the last time he attended a board meeting at the Brooklyn Museum? Well, sometimes they're on the board as symbolic, you know, just to have their names up there. They do that with a lot of people that really don't have anything to do with the actual running of the museum or corporation or whatever. They put people up there. Pamela Smart's finally accepting responsibility for her 1990 killing of her husband. Gee, about time, stupid. But I guess she's doing that to get another book deal or another movie deal. She's had a few of them. I don't know where the money goes. I'm assuming to her husband's family or something like that. I don't know. She can't. I don't think she can make money while she's off stuff like that while she's in prison. At least, as far as I know. The NAA sues Virginia School Board over decision to restore Confederate names to school. You have to look at the reasoning behind it. Are they doing it because they want to be segregationists? I mean, or are they doing it because the man did a lot in history besides fighting the Civil War? If it's the right reasons, then yeah, get rid of his name. If it's the wrong reasons, I don't see any problem having his name up there. It doesn't. It's like I was talking about the Confederate flag the other day. I've never once looked at the Confederate flag and said it represents racism. We always took it as a sign of rebellion. You know, from Woodstock to car. Well, I don't know. NASCAR was a different story. But to any group event that we had back then, we always had a Confederate flag flying, no matter if we had a black band or Chinese band or whatever, going for it. It's just the way we did things. Let's see. See, here's one of the articles from something called the Midas Touch, with going about Trump's cognitive crash on stage has clinical pattern. I don't know about that. I mean, I know he's nuts to a certain degree. I don't know whether he's clinically insane or going clinically insane or what the deal is. I just, he's got that heavy duty narcissism thing going for him, so who knows? There's a lot of stuff here, articles on the Zulu Wars with the British. I think they were some of the greatest warriors ever. They were cool people, too. I think anybody that, I think Britain showed in the early stages until it got to World War II that its army and its methods of fighting were suicidal. So a little thing about Janice Ian. Janice Ian was a neighbor of mine at one time for about a year or two. She was just a young girl that I really didn't know much about at the time, and we had no idea she could sing. We knew she was taking music lessons from her father when her father was a music instructor at, I think, Juilliard. Had no idea she was a professional singer or anything. It wasn't until a couple of years after she moved out of the area that we knew about her. She's just a nice girl, whose father was absolutely one of the strictest people I ever met in my life. But that's life. At least he appeared on the outside. How he was at home, I have no idea. I that's why I never wrote any articles about it or complained about it to anybody, because we have no idea what goes on behind those closed doors. Who knows? People that I miss. Let's see. Joe Cocker, Leon Russell. See, they're doing a lot of stuff about World War II and the videos. I'm not so sure that's relative. Whoops. Sorry about that. That just popped up for no good reason. Don't know why. And they say Trump's repetitive language could be a sign of a serious... No, it's not. Trump operates under the system that if you say the same thing over and over again, people will believe it. And that's true. So he's not... I don't think when he does that, he's going around saying that he's stupid or crazy or anything like that. I think he's got, I think he knows what he's doing when it comes to that. What else is going on? I don't know. A lot of stuff going on with the Supreme Court. I honestly don't see anything happening there, at least until after the election. I don't, because I just think that the Republicans control too much of what goes on in the Congress right now. After the election, I want to say there's going to be it's going to be nasty. I mean, he's going to scream, yell. They're talking about it. Nobody's going to certify the election. I think that that is pretty much a. I don't know what to call that. It doesn't make any difference. It's done. It's done the night the votes are counted. They're trying to think of ways to keep people from voting. that in itself will cause violence. Uh, I don't know. You know, I have no idea what that, how that, you know, the American people will respond to that. What else is going on? I can't find anything really going on, you know. Let's see, we'll try this one more time, and then we're done. Da, 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 da. Russian ships are going back to Cuba again. That's going to be fun. Cuba's been quiet for a long, long, long time. Nothing's going on over there. Ever since before, just started a little bit before Castro's died, you know. Why did they stabbed 4 instructors from an Iowa college in China? First of all, I'd like to know what the Iowa students, well, instructors. I know students go back and forth all over, you know, exchange systems. Why would instructors do that? Depends what they're teaching, I guess. China's always willing to learn as much as they can about Americans and our habits and our colloquialisms and whatnot. It makes it easier to oh, here we go. CNN reporter spots nuclear Russian submarine he's never seen before near Cuba. Well, the deal with those things is they're not supposed to be seen, you know. The last time you usually get a look at them is when they're launched. And then you shouldn't see them, you know. I tell you that both the Jewish and Hamas, Israel and Hamas are both been condemned by the World Court as committing war crimes. Like I didn't know that already. I mean, like I said that before. I said, you know, Israel's going out and doing the same thing that Hamas did or the Palestinians did, you know. War crimes. Define war crimes. Once you declare war, you pretty much are saying that whatever's going on now is lawless. It's not controlled by a law. These aren't these aren't the World War I battles where everybody shook hands on Christmas Eve, or these aren't the British and French fighting, you know, where they stand facing each other and see if they can kill another person, you know. These are brutal battles with no rules. That's what war's about now. There are no rules to today's wars. And people that keep trying to enforce them, I think, that are nuts. You know, I just don't see it happening. Okay, I have spent a lot of time today throwing a lot of bullshit at the wall to see if it'll stick. And now I'm done. So I'll see you tomorrow.